Welcome to this new installment of this Let's Play of Super Meat Boy. Into this update, we're going into the funnest part of your life, Hell! Oh, and this chapter starts out into the best way possible, a recreation of the opening cutscene of Ninja Gaiden for the NES, with Meat Boy being the Red Ninja and Dr. Fetus being the Grey or Black Ninja? Was it Grey or Black? But either way, everything is fitting as you can see. And if you've played the original game, you know that the Red Ninja was the one who died. And now he's dying for real instead of being alive and coming back into the story. So, welcome to the part of the game which finally drops the kitty glove and decides to play rough and punch you all over the place without any kind of mercy. This is the part of the game where things will get legitimately difficult, in either the light world or the dark world. And this is also where the music starts being rocking out of a sudden. Oh yes. This game is no longer wasting its time with you, just trying to progressively up a little bit more the oh my god I'm so gonna die factor, and things are finally coming into motion here. Whereas most other worlds usually presented you with some levels that in some way will be considered pretty much a giveaway and will be pretty much an instant win or anything, just in order to get you used to the meat of things, well, almost no level in Hell is a pushover. All of these levels are potentially threatening and can throw you off. And these moving platforms are especially annoying because, for some reason in Hell, they're really glitchy and you tend to either clip through them or they'll just kill you on contact due to lag. Here you have to contend with two foes, the rising lava and the fact that the power time for this level is also significantly shorter than you'd think. Yeah, even though you're nowhere near close to lava, you need to go really fast in order to meet the required power time on this level. And we get the introduction of the fireballs. You think that saw blade shooters were annoying? Well, how about saw blade shooters with physics? In some levels, they will be employed in order to bounce all around the place, against walls, ceilings, the floor, name it, you've got it. But in the early levels, they usually are all vertical like that. However, they can catch you off by surprise by being put into the perfect dick location. Yeah, if you're trying to rush through this, the fireball will always get you, but there's a way in order to go even faster, in order to catch the fireball of fastness. If you decide to wall jump against the wall up here, without waiting around on the elevator for it to carry you all the way up here. Yeah, notice, there are no fireballs anywhere near you this time around. This is where you start noticing that speed is your biggest ally into this game, because if you decide to go through the level at the pace that the level designers seem to intend you to take, the level will be a lot harder. What the hell is that? I really have no clue. But yeah, who would have known that being in a hurry will actually enhance your ability to negotiate with all of the obstacles abound. I really love the look of this level as well, which is the huge, impending structure of doom with lava flowing out of everywhere. Trademark. But yeah, what I like about the level design into this world is that the levels do a little bit too much in a hurry there. But yeah, the level design do a really good job into looking a whole lot intimidating and really scary. And the music just enhances that feeling even more. Not only the music is pretty scary, but it's also really upbeat and pretty damn catchy as well. Hot damn. But yeah, even though the middle of the level is pretty easy, it can take a few attempts to negotiate all of the rising saws correctly. Oh, and this level will give a whole lot of people nightmares later on whenever we'll be into the Dark World. The Dark World counterpart of this version is probably one of the hardest levels into the entire game, and well, this just introduces you the concept of fireballs and physics together. It's not a really pretty fit. The most annoying element with dealing with bouncing fireballs like that is the fact that whenever they're going into a brand new altitude, they always do all of these little bounces that can be pretty hard to anticipate, and this can botch up all of the jumps that you're trying to do over them really bad. Or you can try to go underneath them if you want. Oh, and you have to think with portals into this one. A pretty straightforward obstacle, it's really easy to grasp. However, in some levels, it can be sometimes a guessing game figuring out at which place the portal is going, but usually they make it pretty clear for you. Considering that, I don't think that there are many levels into the entire game which feature more than one or two sets of portals, so yeah. It could have been a really confusing mess, but thankfully it isn't. And here's a fun way of using portals, yeah, to throw yourself into the lava just like that. How enjoyable it is, but yeah, you don't really need the portals, provided that you don't do this particular jump, but oh, okay, I thought for 1 second I was gonna plummet into the lava again, but I managed to salvage it at the very last second. It's a shame that there aren't more levels like this into the game. I really love the concept of jumping and having a jump through like 1 or 2 sets of portals. Yeah. Maybe even more portals, but... Did you miss the lasers into the hospital? Well, good news for you, because they're back into highball form. Or shall we say... I'm not even gonna go there, but... Yeah. These are significantly more annoying because they're always functional, they're tracking toward you constantly, and the further away they are from you in an angle, the faster they rotate, but if they also happen to be really close to you in angle, they will also slow down, so in some way that makes them relatively fair. But yes, because I didn't get the grade A+ time, because I was too busy jumping all over the highball in order to show how it would track you all over the place, well, here's the level into its completely finished form. Essentially, these lasers will always keep you going forward, because obviously you cannot backtrack, because that will spell your imminent doom. But essentially, you have to remember that you have more time than you think. Essentially, just don't go and botch up a jump because there's a laser which is high on your tails, because it'll always slow down a little bit in order to give you some time to react. Case in point here, you can definitely see how much it slows down whenever they're really close to you. And I kinda dislike this level because there's almost no way to speed through this level at all. This level is almost the equivalent of playing Call of Duty. You have to go into cover all of the time. Oh, welcome to rocket launchers for assholes. You thought that they were not hard enough to avoid? Well, they've added a whole bunch of clusters all over the place that explode in every single direction unimaginable. Ideal for killing you at the very last second, just when you thought, oh, I'm finally done with this level, but no. You're gonna be eaten alive. These probably are my least favorite obstacles into the entire game, if only because of their somewhat random nature. It's really hard to deal with those things correctly. This can be a pretty tricky puzzle because, yeah, if you try to rush ahead, you're gonna be killed by the laser, so you have to lure it into the wall just like that. Sometimes you gotta be speedy, but you cannot always go fast. No, I am not disturbed at all by this perpetually gnashing mob which is trying to eat me alive, but which is in still motion. Oh, this level is really fun, if only because it can highlight also how dickish portals can be. Yeah, I died because the fireball got to the portal way before me, and I got to the portal way before the fireball, so this is why I've died again. But hey, the tables have turned this time around. Usually it's a whole lot harder, if only because you have to dodge the fireballs which are coming out of the portal as well than dodging the ones which are coming back from the other end of the wall. But once again, speed is your ally here. You never have to back away from anything into hell. Well, except into this one level, but come on, this one level doesn't count. Oh, we have a brand new tutorial for dealing with all of the clusters all around the place. And this was a failure, as you've seen here. Yeah, basically you have to hang all around the place here, but in order to let the slow platform get all of the way underneath this wall so that you can finally proceed to the rest of this level. Hooray! We've managed to survive! Hahaha! Guess again, you sucker. Like the saying goes into baseball, it's not over until it's over. It's always a good thing to try and lure those gaping maws away from the place where you want to be so that you can... okay, this is not how you get away from the projectiles as fast as you can, but okay, we have to do some mistakes every once in a while. And yeah, remember this one secret wall here, because it's gonna come in handy later. Alright, with that said, we're finally out of the danger zone. The rest of this level is pretty easy, but yeah, once again, if you're gonna die to all of those things, you're gonna look like a really bad person. So yeah, dealing with all of those explosive maws all around the place can be a really messy affair. But you're not allowed to sleep on your laurels because you're not done yet with all of those monstrous thingies. We're still gonna have to deal with them for the remaining 2 levels of the episode. Yep, once again, you're locked into the demonic Maw of Hell Company. and he's coming to greet you with his 700 teeth. So have you seen here, the trick here is just to lure the maw into exploding on one side of the screen and you go to the other hand in order to give you enough time to dodge the clusters which are gonna come towards you. But just in case that you don't want to cope with all of this dodging and reflex nonsense, there's an easy way that you can take in order to make the level a whole lot easier. Yep, no more projectiles for you to dodge, if only because of that one breakable block. Yeah, demons might be really interested into eating your souls, but they're really scared of blocks. The final level is a really nice level, if only because it's pretty much a potpourri of everything that you had to go through in order to make it all the way through hell. Yeah, make it through the spikes, the fireballs, and then the rising lava, and I saw the eyeball, no the lava! Oh, the humanity! He's taken the wrong portal and he died. Yeah, only because, well, this portal can be really easy to take again by accident, and it's just possible that... okay, I just did it again, yeah. You can easily just, by jumping, you leap back into the portal and you'll die. But death is hovering over your face with 700 different teeth, and they're all full of cavities. But yeah, they should have made more levels like this where you pretty much have a grab bag of everything that you've seen into the entire world, because this level was pretty interesting. Oh, and of course, before you can fully escape hell, you have to fight the boss, Little Horn. Warning, there is nothing little about this boss at all. So remember kids, having skin is a virtue, because if you're skinless, this is where you'll end up after you die, into hell, where other people will constantly poke you in the butt or the side. Meat Boy finally learns about game mechanics. Hello Meat Boy, this is your grading brick. I have to run off for a few minutes. Will you take care of my baby right here? Thank you. Coincidentally enough, this is the face that everyone will have when fighting this boss. This boss fight is pretty much universally disliked by everyone who have played this game. Why? Well, because this entire fight is nothing but trial and error. You need to figure out where he's gonna hit, you're gonna figure out that whenever he's punched, he slides his fist all around in order to crush you. You have a whole lot of things to figure out before you can do anything with this boss fight at all. So in order to have him killed, yeah, he pretty much kills himself by trying to headbutt you when you're not there. But yeah, this boss is pretty bad, if only because the first time you will fight him, it can take quite a lot of time. But whenever you'll successfully beat him, afterwards, every single time you will fight him, it's gonna take something like 2 minutes and you pretty much win on your first try because, well, there's absolutely no deviation to this boss fight at all. There's absolutely no randomness or anything, but okay, this thing is kind of random, but those flaming meats which are raining out of the sky is not really a factor into this boss fight. But truth be told, I died in a really horrible way, so back to the beginning of the boss! Ho ho ho! But yeah, what I wanted to say is that the flaming meats can be a factor because depending on their location, it can be slightly trickier to avoid his attack where he mashes the ground everywhere all at once, but yeah. Here, it's not gonna be a factor at all because the moment that he mashes meats, they all disappear because, well, if you crush them all, well, how could they survive? Yeah, watch it when he blinks because when he's gonna do his sliding fist attack. The moment that you pick up on all of his cues, he becomes really easy. I mean, I don't know, this boss almost feels like the equivalent of like a Zelda boss or something. Only though that here you have absolutely no hearts at all and you die in pretty much one hit. And just in case you didn't notice, I totally forgot that this attack wasn't coming, but thankfully I prevail. Ugh, my head hurts at 3 different locations, I must die. And that sums up about the number of times you'll die during this boss fight, so how fitting. Uh-oh. What is Dr. Fetus up to again? Well, looking at the scenery, of course, because hell is beautiful. Try and remote control your way out of this, you asshole! Oh, hello, we're still going to restaurant tomorrow, right? Or maybe it won't happen after what's gonna happen. You just had the entire world nuked to pieces! Good job, you hero! This game simply doesn't have the same notion of success that most people out there will have. But anyway, we're done with the light world of hell, because guess what? Hell also has its own sinister dark side where things will get even more hotter. And somehow even more darker and gloomier too. See you on the dark side of the hell.